And then you had at the end of the third, yes, corner. I think that was the most obvious position to pick up. But then
But it's
you
Payton
still have
Wilson,
Payton
bro.
Wilson available.
It's
And you know what? I'm
literally
not going to
Payton
argue
Wilson,
against
bro.
that either. He was supposed to go
It's
second
Payton
round.
Wilson.
Arguably the best linebacker in this draft.
To me, he was that dude. It's the health. That's literally the convo, man. And that combo, I mean, it's legitimate. But to break it down, this is essentially what the scenario is, man. Since high school, my man has had, I think it's between 12 to 14 surgeries, right? We're talking knees, we're talking shoulders. So when you're talking about the NFL, it's 100% injury risk. You can't plan for what injury you're going to have. We just know that everybody gets hurt when you play in the National Football League, and it's only a matter of time of when, and like we said, how severe. So the thought process is, if you're coming into this thing already less than 100%, in his case, we're estimating 85%, right? Just because of the amount of surgeries that he's had. It's like, okay, well, once he starts taking these NFL beatings, what does that look like when it's time for that second contract? And that's the argument that people have against paying running backs. Running backs' best years are when they first come into the league, but by the time it's time for them to get paid in year 4, or in some cases as a first-round draft pick, year 5, they're like, bro, you've already, utilized your best years. Everything from here is going to be a drastic downgrade. So we don't think you can be a second contract guy. We don't want to invest a ton of money in you. That's the argument with Payton Wilson. That's why he wasn't a first rounder or even a high-end second-round pick. But if you're strictly talking talent, if you're strictly talking production, if you're strictly talking, let me cut this game on and let me watch this game, a lot of times he's the best player on the field. A lot of times you see
he literally
him,
won the best defensive player in college football last year award, Bednarik Award.
Like, best player on the field, bro. Sideline to sideline, will blitz, shoots gaps, could beat you front side, hat and hands you, not afraid to back door, has the burst to catch you. One of them dudes that, man, can start on the other side of the line, and he's going to chase you all the way around until he catches you on his other side, and he has plenty of foot speed to do it. And when you look at him, he's not little. He reminds you of like Leighton Vander Esch in terms of like that tall linear frame, just without the neck brace thing. He got the knee brace, but my man can ball. And when you look at some of the turnovers that he creates, and it's like, well, man, this is more, just him being right place, right time. It's not just right place, right time. It's he understands where to drop. He understands where this quarterback is looking, and he's breaking when he's supposed to. So when these tips or these overthrows happen, that is why he's a lot of times in position to capitalize on it. Fumble happens, he's in position to capitalize on it. And because he plays what I like to say to the echo of the whistle, not just, oh, all right, he's about to blow the whistle, let me stop. He's like, yo, they blew the whistle already, bro. Chill. He's one of them dudes. But that's another reason why he makes some of the other plays that he makes, because of how hard he's playing out there. And that's what we say, when you get crazy talent with the smarts and that like just dumb motor that he has, those are the guys that are special. Those are the guys that are typically first rounders. But for him, his body's been banged up, and that's the reason why he's a 3rd round pick. But I'm like, bro, utilize him until he can't go anymore.
Yeah,
if that's what you got,
it's worth the risk.
Use him till you can't go no more,
because you're taking him with that extra 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
the pick that we got in the Kenny Pickett trade.
Mm-hmm.
End of the 3rd. It's
shout
not
out to
like
Kenny, bro. Shout out to Kenny.
It's not like you're using a 1st rounder on Payton Wilson or taking Payton Wilson over Zach Frazier in the 2nd round. It's like, no, we already got our linemen, 2 linemen, first 2 rounds. We got center, our biggest position of need, and then we got receiver. Okay, Payton Wilson's still here.
Mm-hmm.
We're the Steelers. We like linebackers. We got to see how things played out whenever our linebackers were injured last year. Like, it's not going to hurt us to have some extra depth. But the upside for Payton Wilson is immense.
Yeah.
Really immense, because he was the best college football defender last year.
I tell you, bro.
But it's not like he's just college football guy. This isn't going to translate. No, he has all the skills and the talent for this to work out in the NFL. 6'4", ran a 4.4 40. Really good in coverage, just a guy that's willing to hit. And
Deke. And when you see his frame,
he does everything for you that you need out of a modern NFL linebacker.
He looked like a superhero, bro. You're like, you supposed to be in a comic book, man.
It's just, can you stay healthy? And there's examples of guys that came in with injury red flags who made damn good careers in the NFL.
You're absolutely right,
Frank Gore, Miles Jack would have went way earlier back in the day at UCLA.
Those are 2 like dope examples, because I know people have brought up like Hines because of the ACL, but I'm like, Hines didn't have this crazy injury history. He just didn't have an ACL, and that was like a shocker. But that is a little bit more common than we've realized at times. I mean, yeah, it's just nuts. But in the sense of you talking about a Frank Gore, we all knew, some of his history. But for him to have the career, think about the longevity that we saw at one of the most physically demanding positions as well. Miles Jack on the flip side playing linebacker, which is another one of those physically demanding positions. It's like you've seen examples of where it can work. And for us to only have to invest a 3rd round pick in it, that's where you say, man, that is low risk, potential high reward, and you live with that. If it's a 1st rounder, it's a different convo. 1st rounder, you're like, bro, that's a little bit too rich of an investment, knowing what this is already coming into the league with. But in the 3rd round, and it's your 2nd 3rd round pick, it's hard to have a lot of like fault with this one.
And the good thing is, recently he hasn't been hurt.
Correct.
He's been healthy the last 2 years.
Knock on wood, bro. Come on, man. Stall him out.
Yeah, so whatever routines and whatever just things he's doing behind the scenes to try to stay healthy and the maintenance he's doing has been working. So keep that up. Because, man, can you imagine if this does work out? I was talking about maybe pairing Jeremiah Trotter with Patrick Quinn. If you mean to tell me Payton Wilson
is way nicer.
Could be the guy next to Patrick Quinn, that could be two Pro Bowlers here in the next like 2-3 years.
Yeah, way nicer.
The athleticism off the charts, and you still have a TJ Highsmith rushing the passer. Hey, man,
come on, bro.
This is shaping out to be
nicer.
Awesome for the Pittsburgh Steelers, both offensively and defensively. Because obviously we're building the trenches on offense. We're doing some really good things, bringing in Russ. We got Fields. You got Najee, Jalen. You got Pickens. Now we picked Roman Wilson. Like, there's reasons to be excited about the offense, but let's not forget about the defense now either.
Come on.
Holy. Special teams, too. Cordell Patterson.
I'm telling you, bro, we're in a dope spot right now, bro.
Picked up this punter from the Texans.
We're in a dope spot right now, bro.
Trying to win some championships here.
This show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. We talking about the top rated sportsbooking app in North America. I mean, we like to call them the GOAT, right? When we're talking about them, that's what they refer to as. And not only do we talk about them, okay, we also come bearing good gifts, and that is by way of a promo code. So for all the new customers out there, man, when you first download the app, use the promo code MOATS. You make that initial deposit of $5. You will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly to use for potential, wagers. It's a dope concept. But we also know that the NBA playoffs are going on right now, and it is spicy, crazy action. Definitely like all that we're seeing out there, man. But if you want to get a little extra, activation when you're watching the games, they also have the No Sweat SGP/SGPX everyday bets going on for the NBA playoffs, all right? And that's for all customers as well. Pretty dope. But we also understand that, man, sometimes when you're having fun, you might have a little bit too much fun. And when you're having too much fun, you might develop a gambling problem. You might need some crisis counseling or even referral services. And for the people in New York, these are the numbers that you could text or dial. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.